speaking of touchscreen, we'll go to the messaging menu now, and we'll show you message composition on both of them. So accelerometer on both phones and virtual keyboards. So you can see the virtual keyboards on both phones. The Eternity, a little more screen space, so a little more room for the keyboard. The Dare has more of a QWERTY. The layout made it look a little bit more like a typewriter. They're both fine to type on. The Dare, a little bit small, works pretty well. I say that and I'm having all kinds of issues with it. I haven't actually typed a lot on this phone recently, so I'm having some issues there. But when I was using the phone more often, definitely, not too bad to work with, but a little bit cramped. And you can go T9 style here as well. So you can go T9 style here as well, and you can do handwriting recognition also on the Dare. On the Eternity, we'll go back, and you can also go T9 style as well as the QWERTY keyboard, and you can hit your button, and you can also go handwriting recognition. Hey, that was a 3, not a J. That looks like a 3, right? That's why. I gotta go numeric. Now I get my 3. Don't save that. Go back to messaging. The Eternity supports IM, supports mobile email. It's AT&T, so if you're a Gmail user, you're going to have some issues because AT&T doesn't like to put Gmail on their phones. Go back to the Dare here, and we will not save that. There we go. So you can go mobile IM, mobile email. There's even a blogs tab, which really just goes to your Verizon Wireless online album. Both devices are 3G. The Dare on Verizon's EBDU network. The Eternity, of course, on AT&T's 3G HSPA network. And again, as I mentioned, if you want to get the TV service on the Eternity, it doesn't work in all areas. It does not work where I live, as a matter of fact. Both phones have GPS. AT&T GPS and the Verizon Navigator system. And there you go. So, very similar devices. I think for somebody who, like I said, doesn't want to go the full smartphone route, but wants a music and multimedia-friendly phone, both work really well. Oh, yes, the web browser. Let's show you the web browser, because this is an area where the Eternity actually does pretty well. So the Eternity's browser was a pleasant surprise. I actually checked this and the Behold for T-Mobile out at the same time, and it's funny because they both actually have the same browser, but T-Mobile had kind of crippled the service on theirs. They ran it through a proxy, which converted it to WAP format, and I don't know, just kind of a pain. But actually, let's go to the dog, and you'll see no Wi-Fi on either device, so you're going, 3G, as I said, on both. And sometimes it's faster than other times. So while this is loading, I'll give you kind of my my lowdown here on the two phones. I think if you're looking for, again, if you're just looking for a kind of cool touchscreen multimedia phone and you don't want to go with a full-on smartphone, you don't want a lot of bulk, you don't need a keyboard, both good devices, just a matter of which carrier you're on. If you're on AT&T, you could also look into the View if you want to spend a little bit less money, kind of an older generation, similar device. If you're on Verizon, you might want to wait and see what happens with the Versa. Again, in early February, as I'm recording this, the Versa rumored to be coming out soon. It looks a lot like the successor to the Dare. If you are interested in mobile TV, you got to go with the Eternity out of these two because you can't get mobile TV on the Dare. Here's the browser. For a lot of web browsing, they both have HTML browsers, but the Eternity is a better browser. The screen's a little bit better, a little bit bigger, easier to use, and the browser just, that's pretty good for a non-smartphone. The rendering there is definitely not bad. You can zoom in and out on the screen or with the rocker switch there on the bottom. If you're listening to music, they're both good. They both have 3.5mm headphone jacks, both have stereo Bluetooth. If you're buying music over the air, I think the Verizon system's a little bit better. If you're going to use the camera a lot and you want the best camera, the Dare has it. I think the Dare, is definitely a little bit better of a camera phone. So it really comes down to just, which carrier. Form factor, like I said, very similar. Both very competitive devices. As always, try before you buy, but I would recommend them both. I think they're both very solid. I think the Eternity is one of my favorite new phones on AT&T. It definitely is. And the Dare, like I said, waiting to see what happens with the Versa. So there you go. It's a dogfight. These two, I think they really kind of battled to a happy draw. They kind of sniffed each other out and decided, you know what? We're both big, strong dogs. Let's just play fight for a while. We don't need to fight. But AT&T, Eternity, Verizon, Dare, both solid contenders. There you go. Until next time, I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Much more on both of these phones and all the new stuff, including the rumors of the Versa, over on PhoneDog.com. See you later.